guys, welcome back to Twin Tarot. We're your hosts, Adriana, and I'm Oodles. And today we're bringing you guys our long-awaited Aquarius video.
Alrighty guys, let's get into some Aqua facts. First of all, if your birthday fall between January 21st through February 19th, then you are an Aqua. And our planet rulers are Uranus and Saturn. And the element is air. And our quality is a fixed quality. And our ruling day is a Saturday. Very interesting. And the stone is amethyst. And the part of the body that's also ruled is the ankles and the shins. And our motto is I know. And our energy is a yang energy.
So some more characteristics about Aquariuses. We're known as a humanitarian. We tend to be very, giving and helpful. So that's why they call us the humanitarian. We're also known as the alien sign because Aquarius be kind of quote unquote weird and different. We dare to be different. So people call us aliens. We're known as natural revolutionaries. We like to make change. We like to stand up for the underdog. We like to experiment and we like to shock people. They say that Aquariuses are very unpredictable. We don't like to, have people know our next move. We like to keep you guys on your toes. We're known as being very self-sufficient. Goes back to that independence, doing kind of things for ourselves. We're truth seekers. We like to know the truth. We like to know answers. That's why you always find Aquariuses typically into conspiracy theories and stuff like that. We like to know stuff. We're fiercely independent. We don't like relying on other people. We like to kind of do our own thing, and being trapped is not something we like. Aquariuses are also very, very social. Aquariuses, which goes back to the humanitarian thing, they tend to have a lot of friends or, be in a lot of groups and stuff like that. We're creative, innovative, and we're critical thinkers. So now we're going to get into our differences between Aquarius women, and we're going to start with our positives about Aquarius men. So Aquarius men are known for being inventive and very original. They're kind of like the trailblazers or the trendsetters when it comes to ideas. They tend to be very eccentric, kind of the people that you would kind of think are a little bit crazy or wild because they like to be different. They're well versed in the ways of the world. They like to know things. They kind of explore a lot. They like knowledge. Like knowledge is a big thing for them. Aquarius men are typically very popular and gregarious. They're very talkative, social beings. They like to be in the group and in the mix a lot. They're also very playful. There's like a childlike quality about Aquarius men. And they're also known as collectors. They like to, collect memorabilia. They might have an expansive like Funko Pop collection or something a little bit different. They might collect oddities and weird stuff. So that's something you might find with your Aquarius men that are pretty positive.
Alrighty guys, let's get into the women positives of Aquarius. Women tend to be very quirky. They could be very unpredictable. This kind of going back on them always trying to keep you on your toes. Very independent, like to be self-sufficient. Cares about her fellow man, woman, child, animal, and environmental cause. They are the humanitarian sign, so that follows under that as well. And they like to mingle with people from all walks of life. Aquarians are very sociable, but they also like to not really judge anybody because they're pretty quirky themselves, so they like to hang out with a bunch of people. So and Aquarius women may very well keep their promises in their relationships. They take loyalty to a different, deeper level. So you can, if you do come across an Aquarius and you guys have a really nice relationship, just know that they always will be loyal to you. Period.
On poo.
And they're very intellectual. That goes back to liking to learn new things and all that good stuff. So that's the women positives.
So now we're going to get into some Aquarius male negatives. So Aquarius men are typically known as players. They see relationships as transactional. So Aquarius male may not be one to commit. They might, kind of just want to hook up, or they might just see you as just like a one-time fling. They're not really super invested in the long term. Aquarius men can also come off as very callous. One thing about Aquarius in general is the bluntness, but sometimes the male Aquarius can be a little bit too blunt, and they may hurt your feelings. Now, it might not be their intent to hurt your feelings, but it may come off because they're so straightforward and direct that it may come off as pretty harsh. Also, back to the relationships as transactional, they might be hesitant to commit. Sometimes with Aquariuses, especially the males, they don't really have, they're not really in touch with their feelings as much, and they're afraid of being vulnerable. And so sometimes that might make them wait out to make sure that you're the perfect person for them before they pursue a relationship. But understand that, give them a little bit of space, and hopefully they'll come around if they're developed enough to understand their feelings and all that kind of stuff. But that's it for our Aquarius men negative.
All right, guys, we're getting into our last but not least, our Aquarius women negatives. And first things first, Aquarius women like to hide their emotions. So that can make them pretty tough to love because they don't want to share them with you. They also, like their counterpart of Aquarius men, can be a little bit too blunt sometimes. And like Twin said, it might not be in a negative way, but it probably can come off that way for people. But, it's still a negative. They resist change. It is a fixed sign, so they're pretty stubborn. So I don't know if you'll be able to win an argument with an Aquarius, but you can try. And they can be pretty distant. That kind of goes with hiding emotions. They kind of like their own distance, their own self-time, their own self-healing, all that good stuff. They like to be by themselves a lot. They can be an extremist sometimes. Because Aquarius women can be a little bit classy out here, but it's all good. It's all good. But it can be a negative for some people, and they also can be a bit aloof. So those are the Aqua women negatives.
So now we're going to get into our personal thoughts and opinions on the sign of Aquarius, men and women, and in general. And as you guys know, we're both Aquariuses, so we have a little of an insight on how Aquariuses are. So for me personally, not to toot my horn or anything, but Aquariuses are typically one of my favorite signs of the zodiac. Not just because I am one, but I tend to get along with other Aquas a lot more than any other sign. Well, in general, I get along with air signs a lot, and I don't have too many bad experiences with Aquariuses. I can only think of a couple off the top of my head, but the experiences that I have had, the negative ones have always been with Aquarius men more so than women. Not to be rude to our Aqua brethren, but sometimes Aquarius men, y'all tend to kind of have this know-it-all thing about you guys, which we do know because our motto is I know. Aquariuses, we tend to be pretty knowledgeable about topics and stuff, but my experience with Aquarius men is y'all tend to like to mansplain, and some of y'all like to really feel like people don't know stuff, so you guys like to kind of talk to people as if they know less than you, which for me personally, I'm not someone who makes it a point to show that I know things. I just kind of keep that inside unless it comes up. But a lot of Aquarius men that I've dealt with, they are very know-it-all, very Poindexter baby, like actually according to my research, and it's very annoying and frustrating. So I feel like a tip is don't always feel like you're the smartest person in the room, because there might be other people who are just as smart, or if not smarter than you. But other than that, I don't really have any negative experiences or anything bad like that. But what about you, Twin?
I don't really know too many Aquarians besides you, like that I interact with a lot. So my experiences with Aquarians are very minimal. But as we grow and go on, meet people, I'll be able to have more experiences and talk about it. But till then,
Thank you guys again for watching and listening to us talk about Aquariuses. We're going to see you guys next month with our video all about Pisces. Make sure you guys check out our Twitch channel, twintero.twitch.tv, so that you guys can watch us live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. We stream, we do natal charts. We talk a little bit more in depth about a lot of things that we talk about here on the channel. Also, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you guys can see whenever we upload here on YouTube. Also, check our link in the description with a breakdown of all of our links so you guys can go follow us on all the social medias. Again, we thank you guys for being here. We love you guys, and goodbye.